Hey, this is DJ Fish for Fish to Go Movie Reviews. You might want to get your spurs.
That's the picture.
Welcome to my 100 Days, 100 Movies Challenge, and you've reached day 62. A day in which we head backwards in time. To the DeLorean! This is so far the oldest movie I have reviewed for the challenge, but please, just because it's old and in black and white doesn't mean it's bad. Though you more or less will get a history lesson. So if you aren't particularly interested, you could just, go to yesterday's video or go to tomorrow's video. I'll wait while you decide. Just go ahead, it's fine. You can watch a movie that's in color. It's a little more current. Yeah. Oh, come on, keep watching. This just so happens to come from the reputable director John Ford. He's made other classic films like The Searchers and How Green Was My Valley, and frequently cast John Wayne. But somehow I never got around to seeing this one. Luckily, the Criterion Collection has made a fantastic digital restoration of the film, and it looks quite spectacular. Unlike the trailer, which you're about to see, unfortunately. But here it is, 1939 Stagecoach.
From the adventures of these American frontier characters, John Ford has created a truly great motion picture. Stagecoach, a drama as forceful and as true as The Informer, and as gripping as The Hurricane. Did you all hear what the lieutenant said?
What are you trying to do, scare somebody?
If you'll take my advice, ma'am, you won't take this trip.
My husband is with his troops in Dry Fork. If he's in danger, I want to be with him.
All right, folks.
Hey, Curly, why don't you take the cuffs off the kid? He's mighty handy with a gun.
You drive them horses. I'll take care of the kid.
The man works all his life to get a hold of some money so that he can enjoy life, and has to run into a trap like this.
Trap, brother? You mean the Apaches? There's been no sign of them.
You don't see any signs of them. They strike like rattlesnakes.
You talk too much, Gatewood.
Don't, Fritz, don't, please.
Take it easy, Gatewood. We may need that fighting before we get to the ferry.
You wouldn't be much good in a fight, you jailbird.
Oh, leave the kid alone. He's handcuffed.
Again, I'd like to point out that this film was released in 1939. It's often considered the greatest year in the history of Hollywood. You had Gone with the Wind, The Wizard of Oz, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, the original of Mice and Men, and now I'm glad to say, Stagecoach. The film is about a group of strangers who want to head out on the eastbound stagecoach from Arizona to New Mexico in the late 1800s. Back then, of course, you had the Apache Indians on the trail, so these guys had to be careful. On the way there, they encounter Ringo Kid, played by John Wayne. He's an outlaw who ends up joining the group because the marshal's on board. There's no way out of that one. The film shows the relationship of this group and how they come to conquer the Apache Indians as they try to get to New Mexico. And that's really what John Ford is great at. In the films I've seen him in, he always has a great cast and makes them his own characters that show interesting dynamics. And Stagecoach is no different. This would be one of the few Western films that he ever made. And it would appear to be the one to influence the Western genre altogether. We get picturesque on-location cinematography in the Monument Valley, there's a grand old shootout, and it has an anti-hero. It all comes down to this film. In fact, it was so inspiring to a young Orson Welles that he watched it profusely during the making of Citizen Kane. And if you haven't seen that movie, then stop watching this video. The acting is quite great and the story itself is original and vibrant for its time. I guess it's another one of those time capsule films, in the case that it clearly makes a stamp on when it was made. And it's certainly proud to wear it on its sleeve. I'm giving Stagecoach a solid A. And if you have seen Stagecoach before, you film buffs, what'd you guys think about it? Did you love it? Hate it? And why? Leave one of those comments down below, and if you like any of my reviews, or would just like to continue on my 100 Days, 100 Movies challenge, then you can subscribe up above. 38 films remain in the challenge, guys. It's shortening really fast, so keep those suggestions and recommendations coming. Don't forget one of these guys. And once again, I'm DJ Fish for Fish to Go Movie Reviews. Movie reviews on the go.
That's the picture.